You were taught to chase comfort, to avoid conflict, to be liked. That advice was never meant to make you wise. It was meant to make you easy to manage. There are rules that no one hands you on parchment. They are not flashy. They do not trend. They are quiet. They are old. They work. If you learn them, you will move through life with less surprise. If you ignore them, you will be shocked by the way the world works. Again and again. Listen now, not to be entertained, but to be armed. Rule 1. Comfort is not safety. Comfort is a soft bed. Safety is a prepared mind. We confuse warm rooms with readiness. We equate ease with security.
History remembers the men who woke before dawn, who endured cold and hunger to prepare for storms. They were not cruel to themselves. They chose clarity over sedation. When you make comfort your daily standard, you become brittle. The first wind that differs from your plan becomes the wind that breaks you. Practice small discomforts. They do not harden the heart. They temper it. Rule 2. People reward what you allow.
Behavior is a treaty signed in silence. If you let someone interrupt you, they will. If you accept excuses, they will give you more. If you forgive without consequence, they will expect forgiveness as custom. Human beings pattern themselves after what is reinforced. Respect is not demanded by speeches. It is built in action, set terms. If they meet them, keep them close. If they do not, distance is not cruelty, it is natural law. Rule 3. Silence is a message. Silence carries freight. A letter not answered is not harmless. A visit not returned is not lost in time. A call unseen is not technology's fault. Silence chooses. It signals priorities, and priorities reveal people. Do not beg an answer from absence. Learn to translate it. Their silence tells you where you stand. Respect that message. Respond with clarity. Do not plead. Rule 4. Presence promises. Words are cheap in crowded halls. Presence is rare. Promises look noble in light. But when the moment asks for sweat, presence is the only proof. Let your life weigh more than your speech. Anyone can speak loyalty. Fewer will stand when asked. Measure people by what they show up for, not by what they say. Rule 5. Boundaries are the highest form of respect. Rules keep a camp from chaos. Boundaries keep a life from theft. To set a limit is not to punish. It is to teach, to protect what you value. You will lose people when you hold lines. Some will leave quickly. Better they leave now than pull at you later. Hold your edges. Your soul keeps better with a border than with constant bleeding. Rule 6. Power is the ability to walk away. Power is not loud. It is measured by detachment. The great ones knew when to take the field and when to remain. They did not entangle when advantage faded. When you can leave without collapse, you are no longer prey to petitioners. You are intact. Train the skill of leaving. Start small. Leave a conversation that drains you. Leave the room that dims you. Leave the people who would tether you to less. Rule 7. Weakness is sold as virtue. Pity is a currency. Soft ideals are packaged and sold with good phrases. Be gentle. Don't be harsh. Everyone's doing their best. These are not always virtues. Sometimes they are curtains. Ask whose interest is served by your softness. If your ease props another's pride, be wary. Strength is not the denial of kindness. It is the refusal to be used. Practice clarity. Be kind, but not at the cost of your center. Rule 8. Reputation is built in quiet moments. Fame is noise. Reputation is substance. The deeds that shape a man happen when no one watches. A promise kept in the cold morning, a debt paid quietly, a hand extended without applause, that forges name. Do your work when the world sleeps. Do it with discipline. because the ledger is being written whether you know or not. Let your quiet labor be your loudest message. Rule 9. Empathy is selective. Compassion is not a universal good if it feeds destruction. Not every plea is noble. Not every wound is honest. Discernment is an act of mercy to yourself and to the world. You may feel cold saying no. Say it anyway when required. Your refusal keeps chaos from being rewarded. Learn empathy with boundaries. Hold both.
Rule 10. Solitude is a tool, not a punishment. Solitude is where you sharpen. It is not exile when chosen, it is preparation. Do not fear the empty room, use it. Be with your mind. Test your reasons. Strengthen resolve. You will return clearer. You will return less swayed by applause and ire alike. Choose solitude when you must. It will keep you honest. The illusion of fairness. Life is not fair. It was never promised to be. Yet most wander as if fairness were an oath sworn by the world itself. They stumble in anger when storms break their roofs or when betrayal comes from hands they once fed. They cry foul as though life itself has broken a contract. But fairness was never part of the bargain. The only oath life swears is this: you will be tested. The weight of those tests is uneven. Some are born into abundance, others into scarcity, some into peace, others into chaos. But the measure of a soul is not in how evenly the trials are shared. It is in how one rises, how one steadies their steps when the ground tilts beneath them. Do not demand fairness. Demand strength. Do not plead with fate to balance its scales. Instead, sharpen yourself into the blade that cuts through imbalance. The world bends for no man, but it yields to the prepared. When you abandon the fantasy of fairness, you stop waiting. You stop hoping for the storm to pass and begin building the kind of vessel that can carry you through the storm. This is why men break while others endure. The difference is not fairness, it is readiness. The cost of comfort. Comfort is a silent thief. It does not announce itself with horns or drums. It creeps in with softness, with ease, with the seduction of a warm bed and a life unchallenged. Many think the enemy is pain, but the true enemy of greatness is comfort. For pain sharpens the senses while comfort dulls them. Pain teaches urgency while comfort whispers that there is always tomorrow. Consider the empires of old. Rarely did they fall when their borders were under siege. More often they fell when their leaders grew fat on feasts, when their soldiers traded discipline for indulgence, when the fire that built the throne was replaced by silk cushions and complacent hands. This is the cost of comfort. It blinds a man to the battlefield still surrounding him. While he rests, the enemy sharpens their sword. While he lingers in ease, his rival grows stronger in hardship. A man who embraces discomfort is never caught unprepared. Cold water, hard labor, solitude, rejection. These are not curses, but the sharpening stones of character. Every moment you choose challenge over ease, you carve strength where others grow soft. So guard yourself. Comfort is not peace, it is decay dressed in gold. And the longer you cling to it, the less ready you are for the day life demands your strength. Transitional reflections and historical parallels. Remember the old camps. They taught children to rise before dawn to learn patience with cold water and calluses. The world offered no second chances to the unpracticed. That environment carved resilience into flesh and mind. We live now in a world that smooths edges to sell convenience. We must recover the old exercises of discipline, not for cruelty, for survival of purpose. Begin the work of small resistances. Let each refusal to be softened be a stone on your path. Over time, the path becomes a road. Application. Daily practicals. How to practice these unspoken rules daily. 1. Wake before devices. Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Learn to breathe without distraction. 2. Say no to one convenience this week. Replace it with task that requires skill. 3. Keep a small ledger. 1 line a day of a debt repaid, a promise kept, a discomfort chosen. 4. Create a boundary and maintain it gently but firmly. 5. Leave a draining conversation without apology. Final reflection. You will be tempted to measure life in likes and curses and applause. Do not. Measure in seasons. Measure in the people who remain when storms come. Measure in the peace that grows in your chest the longer you keep the rules. The world will not stop trying to shape you. It will offer every excuse to soften, distract, and sell your strength. Hold fast. Keep the rules quiet. Let their work be slow and unadvertised. If these rules landed on you with weight, do not be quick to react. Be quick to act. Test one rule this week. Live it. Return and tell me what changed. If you value this path, join the watch. We speak in few words, but our actions keep us steady. Subscribe if you want more quiet rules. Share this with one person who needs to hear it. And remember, strength is not a show, it is a practice.